So earlier in the year, Veeam made a commitment at Veeam on San Diego to MCP, or Model Context Protocol. And put simply, it's like AI is having a USB moment. You think about it, you've got your laptop, you've got your computer, you plug peripherals into that, such as printers or scanners or web cameras, microphones, and all of those devices have capabilities. They offer your laptop something. MCP kind of works in the same way, and it allows upstream systems, such as Veeam Data Cloud, to provide context to AI systems. But you bring the device, you bring the large language model, you bring the application that you want to use that information in. And it has very powerful implications, because all of a sudden you can now get access to something like your Veeam backups from within Copilot. So this is a bit of a tech preview building upon what we showed upon at Veeam on San Diego. And a couple of the different use cases that I want to show here is an agent in particular that I've built in Copilot Studio that has access to a MCP server, which behind the scenes has information that's been extracted out of backups. So the first use case I want to show is semantic search. So in this case, I'm looking for information relating to marine power generation from my Veeam backups. Please provide a summary of the information and the sources. So you think this is a pretty common scenario. We're all trying to find information. And so what's going to happen now is we're going to perform a semantic search. So more than a keyword search, we're actually going to perform a semantic search over information that's actually being pulled up and passed through Veeam Backup from Microsoft 365. So this is a test data set that we've had here. It's some PDF files from a G20 summit meetings that sit within a SharePoint library. And that information's been exposed, it's been then opened up, and then we've gone through that page by page, line by line, and split it up and run some embedding models and a whole heap of other AI techniques over it to allow us to provide the best possible search experience for you. So you can now see that even though I use the word marine, it's found things like offshore, it's found things like ocean, because they all kind of mean the same thing. So now we're building upon the basic keyword search and actually blending in semantic search with it. And so basically from this very quick search here that this agent performed over MCP, it's had that information returned back. And then the model that we're using within this agent here within Teams or within Copilot has then interpreted all that information in its raw form, and it's given us this result back here. So you can see it's given us a summary that's pretty good, and we also got it to list a bunch of sources. So you can see here's the actual document name that came from that SharePoint library. Here are the pages that this summary or these summaries up above were generated from. Backup source, SharePoint. Backup date, various dates in 2024. So this is really powerful when you think about it. Obviously, we've got a lot of data that sits live within our systems, be that SharePoint or email, OneDrive, even unstructured data on file shares. But what happens when those things get archived? What happens when we want to go and search for historic context? And this is where Veeam can really play a pivotal part in you finding that information. So that's one use case, semantic search over data, and in this case again tech preview of what we're building upon within Veeam Data Cloud. The other use case, which I've been playing with a bit, is Veeam Backup for Entra ID. And so part of Veeam Backup for Entra ID is we back up not only the users and groups and all the important things there, but we also back up those audit and sign-in logs, and there's rich information. You think about it from a forensic standpoint, the possibilities that this could open up. And so what I've done here is I've asked this agent, which has already passed Entra logs out of a Veeam Backup for Entra ID into a search index and exposed that via MCP. You can now see it's given us a security briefing, because that's what I asked for. And I got it to search for byat, which is my username in a demo tenant that we have here. And so you can see that it's generated sort of a high-level summary on the audit logs, the sign-in logs, and it's actually given us some security recommendations. So that's pretty powerful, I think, is the ability for you to interact with different forms of context. And of course, upstream from this could be something like sending this report with another AI agent that can send emails upstream. It could be creating a PowerPoint presentation based on the information, right through to actually sending it up to other systems which are MCP enabled, thinking about like logging a security ticket in a ticketing system. So that's really what I wanted to show you around the power of MCP and Veeam exposing Veeam context to other AI systems, and in this case, an AI agent that was built within Copilot Studio and exposed through Microsoft Copilot, which can then be easily consumed in a tool that we spend a lot of time in day to day, which is Microsoft Teams.